All right, Cowboy Nation, we got another victory. A win is a win is a win. Now, I'm not going to be negative. I'm not going to say anything bad about this team. I do know that we played against the Detroit Lions. We can only play. Guess what? We can only play what's on the schedule. We can't make the schedule. We can only play the schedule. Now, I will say this. I got one negative thing, and everything else is going to be positive. You guys want me to say that one negative thing? Are you listening? We started off slow. We got to fix that issue, but outside of that, Cowboy Nation, I love every bit of it. I do. I love every bit of it for the simple strength that we finally utilized Tony Pollard and Ezekiel Elliott on the backfield at the same time. Notice in that game that nothing opened up until what? Tony Pollard got into that thing, and Dak Prescott was able to find him, and he was able to squirt, squeeze, and get upfield. That's what we want to see. Now, here's the thing. I want to tell everybody, if you are able to listen to what I'm saying, Ezekiel, the main man, Elliott, is very responsible for this team with the yards that Dak Prescott is putting up. Not discounting Dak. Don't take it in those factors. But when they talk about rolling coverages towards Amari Cooper, that's one element. But when you have a loaded box, you got soft coverage on the outside. So what Dak Prescott did all offseason, improve on his throws and his efficiency as it relates to man-to-man one-on-one coverage. Because 9 times out of 10, the safety is preoccupied of stopping Ezekiel Elliott creeping down into the box. Everybody sells the farm on trying to stop Ezekiel Elliott. That's the reality of it. Yes, Ezekiel Elliott is not getting the yards that we are accustomed to see. I agree. However, I would take a win as a win as a win as a win. And if it can be by decoy, it can be by pure strength, but give me the win. This team has moved from being a run-first team to a passing team. Now, I will say that Jason Garrett, although we love him, but we love him as a person opposed to the coach. I will say this. He's going to have to figure out ways to change his philosophy down the line. Although we are a run-first team, Dak Prescott is putting up numbers like we are a passing-efficient team, which we are a passing-efficient team. But you know what I'm saying, Cowboy Nation. So I'm looking at everything from A to Z, the way this team played offensively. Number 1 offense in the league, pushing the ball down the field, putting money on the board when it needs to be. Here's the thing. This guy, Michael Gallup, is winning his one-on-ones. Oh, my goodness. Randall Cobb is killing this game. 2 games back-to-back with 100-plus yards. I can't want or ask for more. We are doing our thing as it relates to those passing efficiencies. Oh, I lied to you all. I got one other negative thing I got to say. I got to. The tight end efficiency. 5 receptions for 30-something yards. I believe it was 33 or maybe 36 yards, something like that for old reliable. Yes, he caught a pass in the middle. It was a 3rd down play. But I think that we can better that part right there. We need to get us another dynamic tight end. Match him up with Blake Jarwin. Ooh-wee! Can you guys feel that? So next year, we love what we're seeing with this team. Now, I feel like this team may be on the verge of looking at this tight end play and saying, you know what, we're going to go out there and get us another tight end to match up well. Here's another thing. I'm just going to talk offense. We're going to leave the defense on the back end if that's okay with you all. Is that okay with you all? Here's the thing. On the offensive line, Cam Fleming came right on in, and he was able to fill in what Lyle Collins was doing. That shows me that we got depth purposes, and Xavier Suafilo, he did his job. His name wasn't mentioned. They had one pressure from the inside, but he was already engaged, came through the A-gap, and I believe he almost got home on Dak Prescott, but Dak Prescott was able to do that little hip move and get out of there. You know, that little hip move that he been doing, everybody been doing, which you guys can see my little hip moving right now. But Dak Prescott was able to do that hip move and get out of the way. So Dak Prescott, evading, elusive. And then on top of that, of course, he don't have like the Lamar Jackson legs, but he got the Mississippi State legs, and he's able to get out, get the 1st down from those angles, which is cool. Now, I must talk about this defense. I know. You guys was like, Lord, you're going to escape out on the defense, man. Here's the thing. And it goes all the way back. I see a lot of people in the comments saying that, hey, Chris Richard needs to go. It's just like this. This is still a cover two scheme. This is a cover two philosophy. With Chris Richard comes from a cover three philosophy. Two different philosophies, like oil and water. Old Papa Rob Marinelli, yes, he gave Chris Richard the keys to his car, but it's not Chris Richard's car. In order for this defense, in my opinion, to go to the next level where it's supposed to be like this. When Chris Richard get his own car, that's when this defense can really take off. Trust me, we love Papa Rob Marinelli for what he does out there, especially coaching and getting everybody to front four. Somebody can argue that the front four wasn't the problem last night, or tonight, whenever you're watching this video. However, when you're talking about the full scheme and schematics, however you want to talk about it, this needs to be either one or the other's philosophy. My philosophy is your philosophy probably would not work in the long run, because everybody always pointing fingers at the end of the day. So we need to figure out how we can shape this thing around. I don't know where this thing is going to occur, but shout out to 58. He got home, I believe, one time. And shout out to Michael Bennett. 2 sacks on the night. 2. Not 1, but 2. One of them especially hustling out to the edge. That was fantastic. Michael Bennett is doing his deal. I like that. And D-Law, oh D-Law. He had us scared for a second, right? We put our prayer warriors together, and it shows that it was just a stinger, what have you. You shook it off. Like I said, if he needs some Mississippi mud, I got some Mississippi mud on me. Maybe I can rub that and have one of them ladies down there at the training facility to rub it on them or something. Get some of that Mississippi mud on them, Shout out to the Laws, right? Neither here nor there. When we look at this total defense, of course, on tape, and what we feel from the game, we're not getting a lot of praises because we're not getting turnovers and takeaways. But collectively, if you look at this defense, we're not giving up a lot of yards. We're not. So however you put it into certain parameters, we're not doing that. Of course, can Cheeto Awuzie play a little bit better? Yes. But here's the thing. Darian Thompson, he was filling the holes, filling into the gap, coming down and crashing. And then my boy Jalen Smith, he had one play that I said, okay, he tried to decapitate a brother. I said, yes, that's how you want to play, Jalen. That's how you play. That's how you hit. You guys saw me how crunk I was. I said, that's how you hit. So he hit the guy, and I was like, yeah, that's how I want to see that thing action, the work action going. And it just depended on how the linebacking coaches these boys to play. Sit in your gap, wait on your gap, tackle upfield, do all of those things. But here's the thing, Cowboy Nation. We got a chance to see my brother from another mother, 37, Donovan Wilson. Remember, I was telling a lot of people that saying like, hey, why not Donovan Wilson get a chance? Why he's not out there? Remember, in preseason, we saw him play the free safety role. That's Xavier Woods' spot. I don't think the Cowboys will bench Xavier Woods and put in Donovan Wilson to see how that thing work out. No. And the first play he gets out there, of course, the quarterback smell blood in the water and they're going to attack him. And off of that big play, that was his first play. I cannot account that against him. All I can say is this right here, Cowboy Nation. Let's give the brother a chance and a time. I don't have the full medical report on Xavier Woods. Charge it to my head, not my heart. But you guys can post down below what's going on with him. I hope it's just something they can snap back in place. I hope it's just like something that he needs some Mississippi mud as well. But neither here nor there. Donovan Wilson, for what he did, a serviceable job. And then the Darian Thompson. Let's just pump the brakes a little bit on him. But I will say, I love his aggressive demeanor. I love the way he's feeling in. And it doesn't seem like we are missing a beat from him. That's cool. LVE. Remember, I already used up all of my negative talk. But all I can say is I think the brother had, 6 tackles tonight. Jalen Smith was the leading tackle with 9 tackles. So let's just let this thing build up with those guys. We got to play a real formidable opponent. They're going to have everything in order. And that's the New England Patriots. They hate losing. They do. And at their home, they play rough, rugged. So we're going to have to come in and punch them right in the jaw. Real talk. None of that slow start and stuff, because we started off slow today and we got away with it. Let's be real with it. We got away with it. But against a good team, I'm sorry, Patriots fans out there, against a great team, we got to really keep momentum. We can't have any excuses. We can't be delayed on things. Maybe Bennett can say, hey, I want to show the world that they did a wrong decision of letting me go. Maybe Bennett can show everybody what he means. Let's see how this thing rock and roll out and these sorts of things. Hey, Dak Prescott, 444 yards. That's crazy. And Michael Gallup, 9 catches for 100 and something yards, 140 something. I think 148. Somebody put the right numbers down. And I believe Randall had 115 yards. So it shows you that Amari Cooper, even though he had 30 yards himself, they still have to roll coverages his way. The team's trying to figure out how to stop Ezekiel Elliott. It's like a pick your poison type of offense. And if we can ride on the back of this offense and continue to push things down the field, man, it's going to be a rough night for anyone. So let me know of your thoughts, Cowboy Nation. Post your concerns and decisions of this team, of how you feel about everything down below. That's been my time. I really thank you all for yours. And remember, you're listening to nothing but the best. Salute. I'm out. Let's go, Cowboys. Let's go. A win is a win is a win. A win is a win is a win. Let's go.